Hey, Golden State Warriors fans. Today we have some updates that could really shake things up for the team, especially when it comes to Jonathan Kuminga. Over the past few seasons, we've seen plenty of speculation about his trade situation, and now things are starting to solidify with some of the latest insights. The trade chatter surrounding Kuminga has been intense for a long time, and it's no surprise given the uncertainty that has surrounded his role in the rotation and his performance on the court. This season, statistically speaking, hasn't been easy for him. Averaging 12 points, 6 rebounds, and just under 3 assists per game, it's safe to say he's had a down year. The numbers tell a story of a player who has struggled with efficiency, failing to hit threes consistently, and having difficulty finishing at the rim. Turnovers have also been an issue, placing him in the top 10% of the league in that category, which is not where anyone expected him to be at this stage. Even when opportunities came, Kuminga wasn't able to make the most of them. He hasn't delivered the leap in performance that fans hoped for over the past seasons. Instead, it feels like he has taken a step backward, and this has raised questions about his trade value. Despite these setbacks, there is still a market for him, and teams appear willing to take risks. The latest from top league insiders confirms that the Warriors are expected to begin discussing trades for Kuminga as soon as he becomes eligible on January 15th. His $22.5 million contract opens up potential opportunities for larger trade packages, and all signs point to a move being imminent once he can be officially traded. This situation is frustrating for fans because Kuminga has so much potential, but there are also teams that still see him as a player with untapped upside. On the flip side, some front offices have already formed the opinion that if he were truly elite, we would have seen that consistency by now. So there is a divide in how different teams value him, which makes the trade landscape complex. Previously, potential trade options included first-round picks from teams like Sacramento, as well as players like Malik Monk. However, recent developments indicate that some of those possibilities may no longer be on the table. Even so, there are still other names being floated, and the trade market remains active. The Kings, for example, are still linked to Kuminga, and one interesting young prospect from Sacramento is Maximilian Rayon. He is a rookie averaging 8.1 points and over 4 rebounds per game. He can stretch the floor with a three-point shot, which is unusual for a big man, and he brings defensive potential as well. While he's not a superstar, he represents a high-upside piece that could complement the Warriors' roster if a deal were to happen. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Suns also appear to be serious suitors. They have several big men on their roster who could be valuable additions, such as Nick Richards, who, despite limited minutes, has shown efficiency in scoring near the basket and in shot blocking. Although Richards wouldn't dramatically transform the Warriors, he could provide depth and allow for greater flexibility in the frontcourt alongside players like Quentin Post. On a more exciting level, Nick Claxton of the Brooklyn Nets has been mentioned as a potential trade target. Claxton is a proven shot blocker and rim protector, and he can serve as a lob threat in a system with high IQ passers like Steph Curry. He averages 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game this season, showing that he can contribute across multiple facets. A swap of Kuminga for Claxton could dramatically enhance Golden State's defensive presence and interior scoring, offering a real boost to the team's chances in the Western Conference. The fit alongside Curry and other playmakers would be fascinating to watch, as Claxton's ability to finish at the rim and protect the paint could open new dimensions in the Warriors' game plan. Additionally, Miles Turner remains a potential candidate in these trade conversations. Historically, the Warriors have shown interest in Turner as part of prior discussions with Indiana involving different combinations of players. Turner's skill set aligns with Golden State's style of play. He can space the floor, block shots, and impact games defensively while providing the shooting threat that the team values in its big men. Even if he is somewhat underrated in public perception, Turner's on-court impact fits well with the Warriors' need for versatile frontcourt options. Despite the regression seen from Kuminga this season and the questions surrounding his efficiency, the trade market is still engaged. Front offices are evaluating the risks and rewards, and the pool of potential trade partners is broad, even if some previously discussed assets are now unavailable. The team's competitive position in the Western Conference provides both motivation and flexibility for strategic moves. Golden State remains in striking distance of key playoff positions, and adding the right pieces could allow them to take a significant leap. With Steve Kerr navigating injuries and rotations successfully, the Warriors have shown resilience, making them an attractive destination for trades that could strengthen their roster while preparing for the postseason push. There is still a lot to unpack when it comes to Kuminga's situation. While some teams see untapped potential, others weigh his struggles heavily. Sacramento, Phoenix, Brooklyn, and Indiana all represent varying possibilities in terms of fit and trade value. Whether it's a younger player with high upside or a proven shot-blocking big man, Golden State has several avenues to explore. Each scenario carries different implications for rotations, offensive spacing, and defensive schemes, and the decision will ultimately reflect a mix of immediate need and long-term strategy. As January 15th approaches, the discussions will intensify, and fans should be prepared for significant developments that could reshape the team's roster and outlook for the remainder of the season. The Warriors' trade strategy appears to focus on balancing potential upside with practical needs. They have to weigh Kuminga's remaining contract and the potential return in players or picks. While some options are off the table, there are still players available who could impact the team positively. Maxim Rayon offers youth and shooting ability. Nick Richards brings efficiency in limited minutes. Nick Claxton provides elite defensive potential, and Miles Turner offers versatility and floor spacing. Each of these options fits a specific profile, and any combination of trades could alter the trajectory of Golden State's season. It's a careful balancing act, but one that the organization seems ready to tackle as the trade window opens. As we move deeper into the discussion around Jonathan Kuminga, it becomes clear that the Warriors are at a pivotal moment with their roster. The team has maintained competitiveness even amid injuries and shifting rotations, but there's a clear desire to strengthen the lineup, particularly in the frontcourt. Kuminga's situation highlights both the risk and opportunity inherent in trades. While his performance this season has raised questions, the potential rewards for teams willing to invest in his development remain notable. This creates a unique dynamic where the Warriors can leverage his contract to address multiple needs simultaneously, whether that's adding a defensive anchor, a floor-spacing big man, or a versatile contributor who can complement the existing core. The possibilities with a player like Nick Claxton are especially compelling. Claxton offers a rare combination of athleticism, shot blocking, and playmaking from the center position. Pairing him with Steph Curry, who commands constant attention on offense, could unlock Claxton in ways that other systems might not. The Warriors have historically thrived when their big men are able to operate in pick-and-roll scenarios or capitalize on lobs, and Claxton's presence could significantly enhance those opportunities. Beyond the offensive benefits, Claxton's rim protection would address one of the team's long-standing concerns, allowing Golden State to play more aggressively on the perimeter while maintaining interior stability. The addition of a player like him could be transformative, providing both immediate impact and long-term flexibility as the season progresses. At the same time, Miles Turner represents a slightly different profile. Turner has proven himself as a reliable floor-spacing big, capable of altering shots and contributing on both ends of the floor. For a team like the Warriors, who thrive in motion-heavy offensive schemes and value spacing to maximize Curry's playmaking, Turner's skill set is highly complementary. Even if some of his public perception underrates his defensive abilities, Turner brings versatility and experience, offering a package that addresses multiple facets of the game. Integrating him would require adjustments in rotations, but the payoff could be significant, particularly if paired with other emerging talents on the roster. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Suns continue to be a potential trade partner, with a number of intriguing options. Players like Nick Richards or Mark Williams could provide front-court depth and specific skill sets, even if they aren't headline-grabbing stars. The Suns have shown interest in Kuminga in the past, and while the returns might not be immediately eye-popping, acquiring role players who fit Golden State's system could offer incremental improvements that matter over the long season. The combination of young talent, defensive aptitude, and strategic fit often outweighs pure star power in mid-season trades, and this is exactly the type of calculation the Warriors seem to be making. Sacramento, despite some options being off the table, also remains an interesting player in the trade equation. The Kings have young talent that could fit the Warriors' timeline and system, and even a mid-level package from them could provide the flexibility needed to adjust rotations or explore further trades. The uncertainty in this market is part of what makes it so fascinating for fans, as front offices navigate evaluations of talent, contract value, and immediate versus future impact. Every decision carries weight, and Golden State's willingness to explore multiple avenues suggests a proactive approach to roster management, one that balances competitive urgency with strategic foresight. It's important to note that Kuminga's trade eligibility on January 15th acts as a critical pivot point. Leading up to that date, speculation will continue, with teams internally debating the value proposition and potential fit. Warriors fans should expect a flurry of reports, rumors, and analysis as the window opens, and while not every scenario will materialize, the discussions themselves indicate how highly the organization prioritizes roster optimization. The window for action is both immediate and strategic, as Golden State seeks to position itself for a strong push in the Western Conference. The implications of these trades extend beyond simple roster changes, affecting rotations, player development, and the team's identity on both ends of the floor. In terms of internal strategy, the Warriors are likely considering multiple layers of impact. They need to balance immediate competitiveness with the development of younger players, the health and performance of key veterans, and the strategic utilization of salary cap space. This is where trade targets like Claxton or Turner become even more valuable. Each player brings a distinct combination of skills that could directly address current gaps while maintaining long-term flexibility. The front office's challenge lies in weighing potential against risk, evaluating how each player would mesh with the existing system, and predicting how the acquisition could influence both regular season and playoff performance. For fans, the next few weeks promise to be critical. The trade discussions aren't merely theoretical. They will shape rotations, offensive schemes, and defensive strategies for the remainder of the season. Whether it's integrating a shot-blocking center, a versatile big with floor-spacing ability, or a young, high-upside talent, each move carries ripple effects throughout the roster. The Warriors' ability to adapt to these changes, leverage their core strengths, and maintain a competitive edge will define their path in the Western Conference. Beyond individual player evaluation, the trade market also reflects the broader competitive environment, where timing, opportunity, and strategic insight converge to determine which deals come to fruition. Even with some trade targets being less glamorous, such as role players or rookies, the Warriors are exploring options that could yield long-term benefits while also addressing current performance gaps. Rotational adjustments, minutes distribution, and complementary skill sets all factor into these decisions. A single trade could open new opportunities for Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, and other key contributors by alleviating defensive pressure or creating spacing for driving lanes and pick-and-roll actions. The integration of any new player, particularly a frontcourt addition, will be crucial in how the team executes offensively and defensively. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. A shockwave rippled through the basketball world as whispers grew louder around a supposed blockbuster twist involving Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Golden State Warriors. What began as a quiet murmur in front offices has turned into a full-blown frenzy, with insiders insisting that the Warriors have put forward what many are calling the most staggering offer ever proposed in league history. While nothing is officially confirmed, the talk behind closed doors is that the franchise has gone all in, pushing financial limits and roster flexibility to unprecedented extremes in an effort to secure the Greek superstar. Sources close to the situation claim Giannis has already delivered what is being described as his final decision, a move that has left executives scrambling and fan bases buzzing with anticipation. The word closed is being tossed around with increasing confidence, and some believe the deal may be essentially done, with only formalities preventing an announcement. Whether that means long-term security, a historic financial package, or an unprecedented level of organizational influence remains shrouded in mystery. What is clear is that the Warriors appear ready to reshape their identity around Giannis, embracing a new era built on overwhelming star power. The rumor mill has reached such intensity that even seasoned analysts are treading carefully, unsure whether this is the boldest power play of the decade or simply smoke from an overactive rumor fire. Yet the conviction in the whispers is impossible to ignore. The idea of Giannis donning the Warriors jersey has already sent imagination spinning, sparking debates about super team dynamics, playoff dominance, and how the league could shift overnight. For now, all that exists is noise, loud, persistent, electrifying noise. But if these murmurs prove true, the league may be on the brink of witnessing one of the most seismic moves in modern basketball history. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.